Alright guys, so here we have some descriptions of the Ghost of Christmas Past, who is always presented as having a range of kind of juxtapositions, opposites in his appearance. Interesting character, but quite difficult character to get to understand because of those opposites. You know, if you see him in the films and cartoons and that of A Christmas Carol, he always looks kind of random and different in each one. You know, the Ghost of Christmas Present's always the big fat guy wearing green, but this guy, he's always looked really different in every film that you see. It's always quite interesting to see how they've portrayed him, how they've drawn him or made him look as an actor. So let's have a look at some of these juxtapositions and see why we use them. So first, he's described as like a child, yet not so like a child, as like an old man. All right, so what does that mean? Well, we've got juxtaposition of age. Perhaps that suggests that the message that he's going to give is timeless. It doesn't matter. Well, two things on timeless. One, it doesn't matter if you're young or old. You can still learn something. So that's one way in which it's timeless. Or second way that could be timeless, it doesn't matter if you were born in the 1840s when this was published, or you were born today. There is still something in this novel for you to learn from, and from the message to learn from. I think that's really why Dickens wrote in fiction. He didn't write, you know, an angry letter to a newspaper or a newspaper article to argue his case that we should help fight poverty. He wrote a novel. He wrote a fiction book. One, that was probably because you make more money doing that. But secondly, I think Dickens truly believed that the message of this story would live on for forever or for much longer than if he just wrote that angry letter to a newspaper. So I think one way we've got juxtaposition here, juxtaposition of age. He's like a child, but yet like an old man. And that perhaps suggests this message is timeless. Obviously, you've got the connotations of the two different things there. And both of them are good connotations for a character like this. The child connotes innocence and purity. And obviously the old man normally connotes wisdom and experience. And we can take all of those qualities in for this ghost. So that juxtaposition there really allows this. I think we also see juxtapositions throughout the whole character. You can read the extract and there's some in the link quotations box there in red at the bottom with more juxtapositions. But we've also got the arms were very long and muscular, but its feet were most delicately formed. So we've got these juxtapositions, or what we call paradoxes, you know, it's sort of impossible descriptions. You can't be both young and old. You can't be both muscular and delicate. Kind of paradoxes, the opposite. And it emphasises, I think, the improbability of this ghost, the mysterious nature of this ghost. And another interpretation of this ghost is that it represents Scrooge's past, present and future by all of these descriptions. It represents who Scrooge was or is in the past, the present and the future, which is another way of looking at it. Just down in the context box there, as we're talking about ghosts, Charles Dickens was wonderfully interested in ghosts and even set up his own ghost club. You can read some stuff down there in the context box, or obviously in the Galt Fiction blog. I've got a whole article on Charles Dickens and his Ghostbuster days.